Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. Happy Saturday. Apologies 2 weeks ago for anyone looking for it. I did not post the MetaZoo video as I usually do every second Saturday. Seance landed or was supposed to land and release that Friday. Unfortunately, I only received 2 cases of my product. Thankfully, the product did come in, albeit on Monday a couple days late. I spent all last week ripping and tearing Seance product, as you will soon see in the spreadsheet that is coming shortly. But yeah, I just wanted to do a video as I did with UFO. I went even deeper on Seance as far as opening product. Still slightly underway. I do intend to open 250 boxes total. All I have so far is the data. All I can give you is 180 boxes worth of data. So hopefully that's plenty. But yeah, with that, we'll get right into it. Gonna be a lot of numbers thrown at you all at once. Left column, column A is just the card by the set. I didn't include the whole name for just sake of space. I will go over some of the notable cards. You will see boxes around some of the cards. The Hateful 8, as they've been dubbed in the MetaZoo Seance set. Those are the cards in the set that only come in the full holo version. There is no reverse holo counterpart, and there is no non-holo counterpart. So yeah, those ones you'll see boxed. Number 3, Walking Sam. Number 15, Sheep Squatch. Number 18, Lady Luck. Let's see if I can remember all of them. Number 23, Cursed Contract. Number 25, Satanic Panic. Number 26, Embedding the Soul. Number 27, Chains of Old Scratch. And then number 40, Possessed Aura. So yeah, as you work through, I did the normal thing. And I'm looking between the two screens here because I see myself here with the spreadsheet on OBS, and then I see just the spreadsheet is over here. So I'm gonna try to stick to the one screen. But yeah, you can see columns B through, I can only see the letters for the column on the left screen. So columns B through Q are the case they came from. Q, you'll see, is called mixed. That wasn't a case of product. That was like, I opened some from blisters, some from release decks, some from theme decks. So overall, I did 15 cases though. And I will say Seance is mappable. I don't think it's a secret at this point. I heard about it a little bit early. I heard about it over the weekend of release from someone, and then later that day, after I heard about it before it was big news, it became big news that day. So word got out pretty quickly. For anyone who's not in the know, this kind of thing goes on. I think a lot of people, drama, whatever. Some people think that people should know, shouldn't know. If something is going on that could harm somebody, I think like the best policy is just for everyone to be aware and know. So boxes are mappable, and basically you open a fresh case, a master case of 12 boxes. If you pull 4 packs, one of each art from the top box in that case, you can open one of each, and every pack with the same art in that entire case will have holos. So there's 4 pack arts. If your Sloss Furnace, Ghost of the Sloss Furnace pack art has a holo, everyone in the case, bar when the pattern changes. So I don't know exactly how frequently the pattern changes, but it might be something like every 30 or 40 boxes, because many cases have consistency throughout. Some cases it does switch over to a different pack art, but yeah, if one pack art in the case has a holo, every pack art of that art will have it in the box in the case. So the way that works, you either have, I haven't had any, but you can have boxes that have, not only boxes, you can have cases that have 0 full holos in them, all reverse holos. I never seen it, but I heard from somebody that you can have 36. So if all 4 of the first packs you open have full holos, every pack in that case will have a full holo. I've never seen that myself. All my cases specifically either had 9, so 1 pack art had it, or they had 18. I had no 27, no 36, and no 0. So I always had 1 or 2 pack arts having a holo when I checked it, when I mapped it, and probably 2/3 of cases had 18 full holos. So what I did, these 15 cases that I opened, I only opened cases where I had 18 holos. I wanted to get like a 50% hit rate on, and I only opened the full holo packs. What I did with the reverse holo packs, I'm not going to be a shady guy. I'm not going to sell it non-disclosed. I think I might sell pack arts at some point, pack art sets of 4 arts disclosing that there are reverse hollows only. There's no chance at a full hollow in these ones that I've mapped. I like to put the word out there because if you buy loose packs, not only that, but if you buy loose boxes, you could be buying boxes where someone mapped one box from the case and they know that it's a very high likelihood, unless the pattern changes mid-case, which sometimes it does. There's a good likelihood, though, that loose boxes could be mapped and they might only have 0 or 9 full hollows in the case, in the box, as opposed to the chance for having 18 or 27 or 36 or the 1 in 3 approximately that you're supposed to have. So a little bit of unfortunate news. It is what it is at this point, and nothing anyone says or does can change it. So all you can do is take that information and make sure you're aware of it, and then use that to make sure you don't get harmed by some unscrupulous seller potentially not disclosing those facts. But yeah, getting back to the normal thing here with the boxes highlighted in green. One of the most important columns in this spreadsheet is the per box pull rate. So I opened 180 boxes worth of full hollow packs, and I pulled 87 number one. Number one is Edward Casey or something like that. Roughly 0.48 per box. So about 1 per 2 boxes, you'll expect to pull that. It makes sense. A box that has 18 hollows. And again, full disclaimer, this is the per box rate when you're opening boxes that have 18 hollows. That is going to vary. If you're opening a 0 full hollow box, it would be per infinity boxes because you're never going to open one. If you're pulling one with 36, there's 40 hollows in the set. If you're opening a box that has 36 full hollows, the more common hollows, you're going to get 1 per box approximately. So yeah, these are all, full disclaimer, these are all like mapped boxes with 18 hollows per. But yeah, green is the most frequently pulled cards. Some cards like number 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 16. Those ones I saw quite a bit more frequently. There's distinct rarity tiers. Unlike Pokemon, where you open a base set pack, you're just as likely to get Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur as you are Hitmonchan. It seems as if there's something going on to where there's distinct different rarity tiers. I've never seen pictures of uncut sheets of Seance, but if there were, I would imagine that a card like Edward Casey is printed half as frequently as a card like number 5 or number 6. So yeah, that's just information to put out there. Some of the harder to pull cards, the cards that you see boxed, the Hateful 8 that I talked about earlier, Walking Sam, 0.07 per box. Sheep Squatch, 0.21 per box. Lady Luck, 1 per 10 boxes, 0.1 per box. All the way down to the worst pull rate that I found personally. Absolutely insane. Possessed Aura. So, a little bit of an unfortunate scenario, but given that I had not yet received my product for release weekend, I decided to put up singles. So I had opened case number 1 and case number 2. I opened those release weekend. I had those in hand ready to go. So as you can see here, I had 1 Possessed Aura in each of those cases. For the weekend of release, I wanted to get those high release week prices. So I put up 10. I put up 10 of every hollow, including all the Hateful 8, and a lot of them sold out. Well, I sold my Possessed Auras for about 60 or 70 bucks a piece, and I sold 10 of them. I only ended up pulling 6 out of 15 cases. So unfortunately, I had to refund a handful of people. I refunded them not what they bought them for. Right now, market rate is about 120 on these. I refunded them the full 120, even though a lot of them I pre-sold at 70 or 80. So what I did to justify why I thought I was safe in putting up 10 of each card for pre-sale. You'll see no other card did I pull less than 10 of. So it was only the Possessed Aura that got me. But going back to UFO, Neutrality Totality Aura, I opened 150 boxes and I pulled 40. Something like that. I forget the exact numbers, but I opened 200 boxes and I pulled 40. So I was pulling 1 per 5 boxes. My thinking was, I'm going to be opening 200, 250 boxes of this. I should get about 50. Even if they slash the pull rate, say they cut the pull rate in half of the aura, I'm going to be getting at least 20 something. So I felt safe pre-selling 10. I hit 1 in my first case, 1 in my second case, 4 in my third case. And mind you, the 4 that I hit in my third case, they all came from 1 box. And then I opened 13 straight cases with 0 Possessed Aura. It was absolutely mind-blowing. I don't know what happened. I had some people theorize, well, you mapped the packs. Do you think that maybe they did a thing where they put them in the reverse hollow packs only? I don't believe so because one, I did pull some in my first cases that I mapped. Two, um, I did, after like wondering that myself, I opened multiple more cases, about 5 more cases that aren't documented on the spreadsheet. I opened the whole cases, reverse holo packs and all. There were no hiding possessed auras. So I don't know what it is. I have heard anecdotally of other people opening individual boxes and getting 6 or 8 possessed auras in one box. So the clumping is a thing again, apparently with Seance. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, really unfortunate for me, at least. For people who get them clumped in their boxes, great. For people who get them clumped away from their boxes, it's tough. I opened 180 boxes. I only pulled 6. That's 1 per 33 boxes or 1 per 1,000 packs. That's like Moonbryon type pull rates, if not worse. And not surprising what the price is given that pull rate. But yeah, the other Hateful 8, hard to pull. I mean, most of them were approximately plus or minus. I mean, they were within 1 per 10 boxes, 0.07 to 0.11. You did have the outlier, the sheep squatch. Seems twice as easy to pull as the others for whatever reason. I pulled 38 sheep squatch. I only pulled 18 lady luck. I only pulled 15, 17, and 19 of Embedding the Soul, Satanic Panic, and Chains of Old Scratch. So yeah, I just wanted to put this data out there. I thought it was pretty interesting how hard it is to pull the Hateful 8, how hard it is to pull the Possessed Aura in particular. Some people might say you might have just had bad luck. I always give that disclaimer. Small sample sizes, bad luck, whatever. I opened 180 boxes, 180 out of the 50,000 boxes. I bought 500 boxes, 1% of the print run. So I'm randomly opening. By the time I'm done, and I'll report back if I pull more Possessed Auras in the next 70 boxes I open. But I randomly chose cases from my 500 boxes. I have 1% of the print run to pull from, and I was randomly choosing subsets from that. I opened almost over a third of that. So I opened over 1/3 of 1% of the entire print run. It's hard to say that that's not like a reasonable sample size to draw conclusions from, but I feel kind of 2 ways on it. I feel like I got slightly unlucky. I feel like clumping is a thing, so maybe I just had a bad palette that it was clumped away from me. But overall, I think if I were to open all of them, which I'm not intending to, I think I would revert to the mean a little bit. I think I would pull more than 6 in my next 150. I think I was slightly unlucky, but I also do think that it's distinctly harder to pull than the other Hateful 8. So yeah, that's what I've got for today's video. Oh, I should say too, I put up the eBay list price that I have them all in my store. Most of these have been selling. Some of them sold slightly lower. I sold out of all my Hateful 8, or not all of them, but I sold out of too much of my Hateful 8 for a lot of them at well under the current list prices. So all these are list price as of today. Anything listed below 5, they're selling fairly slow. Eventually I'm going to get down to $1.79 a piece on them. I'm not going to sell for cheaper than that. I'm not going to lose money selling these. So these are the gross list prices. And I will say, like, some of these are pretty high. I have been selling Satanic Panics at 58. I have been selling Chains of Old Scratch at 70. I have been selling all these cards at these prices, just not like my whole quantity. So I believe I sold out originally of Walking Sam. I think I sold 2 or 3 of them in the 40s or 50s, and now I'm at 54. Lady Luck was the worst one. I think I sold like 10 of those at 20 a piece. And I've actually sold a couple at 50 and 60. So I sold myself short selling into release weekend with product that I hadn't yet opened. It was a risky thing to do. In hindsight, I wouldn't do it again in some aspects. But I also did sell a lot of these ones priced at $179. I sold copies at $5, $10, $8. They're just slowly, they're going to get down to that price. I think that's the way that it goes. But with all the prices that I put in, TCG player might be lower on some of them. These Possessed Auras are really hard to come by. $92.84. So again, full retail is $140. I'm a partner. I have to sell at MAP. That's $140. MAP 2 weeks after release, which we're coming up on, is $112. EV is negative if you're paying full retail. EV is negative if you're paying. And this is not including any commons and uncommons, no bronzes and silvers. It's not including any. This is just the full holos only. So it's negative EV on that basis. But if you're selling the reverse holos, if you're selling the bronzes and the silvers, very likely that it could be plus EV. As with any TCG at release, generally the EV goes down over time. So just wanted to put like my EV full hollows only. I included that into the UFO. This is the sum of all hollows all together if I included them at the full price. But yeah, that's what I had for today. Let me know. Did you open any seance? Did you open any seance, and what did you pull? Did you pull more possessed auras than me in 180 boxes? Did you pull more than that in one box? Because I have heard that. I will say too, I did a release stream for everyone who supported me. Unfortunately, we didn't pull any Hateful 8. So you can see down at the bottom one row I forgot to cover. Row 42, which you can't even see, but right there, the Hateful 8, I called it. I summed up the Hateful 8, the ones with no reverse hollow, no non-hollow counterpart. How many of those did I pull in each case? So case 1 was an absolute like crazy case. The first one that I opened myself that I sold singles weekend. It gave me like a bad idea of like what I could expect moving forward, because I pulled 17. It wasn't the best case I opened, but it was the third best one. So I had an idea that like the only card I didn't pull in the whole case was Cursed Contract. And then I pulled 2 of those in my next case. So anyways, I thought like pulling 1 Possessed Aura, I felt safe. I'm going to open 20 cases. I feel safe pre-selling 10 of them. Didn't pan out. But anyways, there were only 2 cases total that I opened for singles that had no Hateful 8. I think the one that I sold on stream though, I think that might have had no Hateful 8, and that was only a 9 hollow box. So that was unfortunate. Maybe there was a couple. There was definitely no Possessed Aura. Definitely no. I don't think there was any chains. No Satanic Panic. There might have been like a Sheep Squatch or a Lady Luck. But yeah, I did have 2 complete dead cases with no Hateful 8 whatsoever. I had 1 case with 29 Hateful 8. It had no Possessed Aura, but it had what's this? 17 number, or sorry, that's number 24. So the most it had was, it had 6 Satanic Panics, and most of those were in one box. So there's definitely some clumping going on, but that case was absolutely crazy. I did really well on that case. Overall though, my average, at least, if you're going to open a full case of product, you can expect, let me do the average of this quickly. So if you open a full case, you can expect approximately 10 Hateful 8. So that's slightly less than 1 per box. You open an average box of MetaZoo Seance, and you're not going to get a Hateful 8 card. So they're very, very hard to pull. It's what a lot of people ask for. A lot of people ask for like Chase. A lot of people ask for Rarity. And MetaZoo's giving it. MetaZoo's giving it with Seance. That Possessed Aura, too much in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see how my next 70 boxes go. I will report back. That's everything I have for today. If you have any MetaZoo related questions, let me know. If there's any MetaZoo related content that you'd like to see, I'm always going to do this. Always going to do a spreadsheet of how my mass box breaks go. As you know, I'm a partner. I'm unable to sell too much product, if anything, at MSRP, at MAP. So I break down, I grade cards. I have not yet graded cards. 2 weeks from today, I'll probably do a send-off video showing what I'm sending to CGC. It's just been crazy busy cracking these packs for singles, other things that have gone on with Pokemon and all that. But yeah, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you all watching, and I will catch you all later.